In this video, we are going to learn about the different types of spectra. Spectra is divided into two types, emission spectra and absorption spectra. Furthermore, emission spectra is divided into continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. Example of discontinuous spectra are band spectrum and line spectrum. And in this particular video, I'm going to focus on the continuous spectra. So what is a spectrum or a spectra? Okay, a spectrum is an array of waves or particles which is spread out according to the increasing or decreasing of some property such as wavelength or frequency. That is the definition of spectrum. Okay, and let's come to this emission spectra. How can we get this emission spectra? Let's come to this emission spectra. How can we get emission spectra, or how can we obtain? We can obtain from substances which emit light on excitation. For example, say you have a tungsten filament. Okay, suppose this is your tungsten filament inside a bulb. So an electric current is allowed to pass to this tungsten filament. Okay, W is the symbol for the tungsten. So when an electric current is allowed to pass through this filament, what happens? It becomes incandescent. That means it emits light. So this is an example of emission spectra. So now let's come to the continuous spectra or continuous spectrum. We come to the continuous spectrum. So here we have a prism and we allowed a white light or sunlight to pass through the prism. Then refraction occurs and then we have dispersion of white light. So we have here different colors with here: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Now from here we see that violet has the shortest wavelength, whereas the red color has the longest wavelength. This region is known as the visible region because it can be detected by human eye. Whereas below the visible region we have the ultraviolet region, also known as the invisible region, and above it we have the intraviolet region or the invisible region because they cannot be detected by human eye. So now why is this one known as continuous spectrum? Because one color merges into the another without any break or discontinuity. That's why this spectrum, okay, obtained when white light is passed through a prism and you get the different colors on the screen. That spectrum that you get on the screen is continuous because one color merges into another color without any break. So this is the continuous spectrum.